What's going on, disc golf athletes? Welcome to the Essential Strength Training for Disc Golfers Session 2. So we are live here on YouTube. We'll give it here a minute for people to start jumping on here. Really appreciate you taking some time out of your Sunday morning to join me here as we break down some exercises that you can do at home to help you stay mobile, stay athletic, stay active for disc golf. So the session that we're gonna do today is gonna be it's a condensed session. So this is nice. So you don't feel like you have to spend 2 hours moving your body in order for it to make sense, in order for it to be effective. So you can, really research has shown that 30 minutes of physical activity can make a big difference, will have a big impact on you. So you don't have to do something that is incredibly hard in order for it to be effective at all. So first thing I want you to do, while we let a few more people jump on, I want you to grab a disc if you have one. Well, I'm sure you have one. I know you have one. So grab a disc because we're just going to do a couple exercises here in the beginning to do a warm-up. Okay, so make sure you go grab a disc. And if you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments. If you're watching here on YouTube, leave them in the comments. And at the end, I'm going to take a few minutes and we'll go through and I'll answer any questions if you leave them in there. And stay active if you need, interact on the chat board as well. So make sure you got a disc. If you have a foam roller or like a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, go ahead and grab one of those as well. Make sure you just have enough space to kind of spread out a little bit. You don't need a lot of space, but enough space to move just a little bit. Now this session is it's available for anybody. And what I mean by that is whether you're just new to moving your body, to being active, or maybe you haven't done it in a while, you can access this. You can do this program. If you've been moving for a long time, you can do this training program, okay? So it's effective and it's available and accessible to anybody and everybody. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started here, all right? So first thing is you're gonna have your disc, and we're gonna go through just a few exercises of the Disc Golf Strong pre-round warm-up, okay? The Disc Golf Strong pre-round warm-up, if you haven't done it yet, it's something I put out back in 2016 and we've been using it since to help disc golfers like me, like you, move our bodies before we do any sort of physical activity, especially out on the course. We call it the pre-round warm-up, but you can really do it anytime, all the time, okay? So we're just gonna do a few quick movements from the pre-round warm-up. And if you're wondering what the full pre-round warm-up is, after this, go to discgolfstrong.com /disc golf athlete, and you can download the free pre-round warm-up ebook. It's an ebook you'll get free. It's got videos of each exercise, breaking down each exercise, okay? And this is the movements we do on tour. You'll see the athletes out there, Sarah Hoka, Madison Walker, Nate Sexton, Ricky, they're all doing a bunch of these moves. So first we're gonna do is we're gonna do a halo, a shoulder halo. Now, I will do different variations of a shoulder halo if the ground is not acceptable for my knee, okay, or your knee. Maybe it's rocky, maybe you got some knee pain, then we can do it standing, okay? So this is a standing halo. I'm just gonna draw circles around my head, just like this, right? But what I want you to do today, if you're at home, go down into a half kneeling. Now, if this doesn't feel good on your knee, then go ahead and stay standing. But we're gonna do a half kneeling halo. So you're gonna pull your back toe towards you, okay? My shoulder is over my hip is over my knee, my front ankle, okay, whatever foot's forward, doesn't matter right now. My front ankle is underneath my front knee. So I'm not leaning forward like this as I'm doing this. I'm not leaning back, okay? So I'm gonna get nice and tall here. And by tall, I mean that not leaning, okay? I'm in line. And I'm just gonna draw circles around my head. Just like this. Okay? Now, I'm not moving my head around inside the disc. I'm moving the disc around my head. Now we're just gonna let's go 2 more. Nice, and let's go the other way. So this is opening up my shoulders. It's getting mobility through my upper back. It's warming up the muscles of my shoulders, my upper back. But I'm not necessarily, let's go 1 more. Okay, now let's switch sides. But I'm not moving around trying to get inside the disc. Now, when we're half kneeling, why I like half kneeling is it challenges my balance, my stability in my hips. So let's go this way, okay, here. One thing, look at my elbows. I'm not doing this. Okay, I'm not staying open. I'm staying closed with the elbows. Good, and switch. Now I'm going to assume the audio is okay, the picture's okay. If not, leave a chat, comment. My wife Tiffany, she's running the back end and she can move the camera if needed, or the microphone if you can't hear it. Well, let's go 1 more. Good, nice job. Okay, let's go up to standing, and we're gonna sit back in our hips. So it looks like this. Okay, this is called a hip hinge. This is one of the most essential movement patterns we can do as humans and as disc golfers, but really, it's a foundational human movement pattern, is being able to hinge at our hips. So my hips go backwards. What is this? Boom. That's here. Even here, I'm hinging at my hips. I'm not going forward with my knees as I'm coming through the throw. What a lot of times people will do is they won't be able to kind of get this down. It's a very common thing is we'll say hinge at the hips, and a lot of people will do this. So what I want you to do is take your fingers or even take the disc, put it right here on your hips, and push your hips back. Keep that chest up. So imagine you have a third eye, and that third eye is pointing out in front of you a couple feet, okay? And I'm sitting back and I'm feeling tension in here. So my knees aren't forward, my hips are back, and I'm feeling tension in here. Now we're gonna do the upper back rotations. So it looks like this. I'm gonna take my left hand, put it inside my left knee. I'm gonna push my hand into my knee, and I'm gonna resist that. I'm gonna push my knee to my hand, okay? So I got tension here. Now I'm gonna take the other side, reach across my body, big inhale through my nose, rotation. Big inhale, rotation. Big inhale, rotation. So what I'm not doing is I'm not here, okay? See how limited my mobility is there? But if I do this and I get that chest up, see how much more rotation I have there? Let's go 1 more. Let's go the other side. Crossed. I hope you're all staying healthy and safe at home. Let's go 2 more. Last one. If you're watching this down the road years from now and you're like, what are they talking about? We're right in the middle of the COVID pandemic. So I hope everyone's staying safe at home. Okay, let's go hip circles. So I'm going to stand up nice and tall. I'm going to go with my right leg first. Doesn't matter, but I'm just going to choose right leg. I'm going to draw big circles to hip. Okay? So this is not only getting mobility in one hip, but it's also challenging my balance and my stability in my left hip. So I don't want to do this. Okay? I'm trying to stay nice and still as I move. Let's switch directions. So now I'm going to go out to in. Out to in. Go 1 more. Okay, let's switch sides. Balance, stability on this side, moving here. Let's go 1 more. This will be the last one. And let's switch directions. Here. And 1 more. Good. Last one we're going to do is a lateral lunge to balance. So what that looks like is I'm going to go from a tall standing position. I'm going to step 1 direction. I'm going to my left. Step. Sit back in that hip. So you're getting that hinge here. Okay. My knee's not going forward. My hip's going back. and my weight is on my heel and my midfoot. And then I push off, and I come into this tall standing, balanced on a single leg position. Here. What is this? Right? It's push off, it's balance. Push off, balance, it's power on this side. It's control and balance on this side. Let's go one more rep. Okay, let's go to the other side. Here. Let's go 2 more. Let's get 6 reps in. You can do as many as you want. I just pick 6 on this side. There we go. Okay, so did a little bit of the pre-round warm-up. Again, if you haven't yet, I highly recommend after we're done, go to discgolfstrong.com/disc golf athlete and download the pre-round warm-up ebook. Takes you through that whole thing. Also, on YouTube, there's videos on the pre-round warm-up, okay? All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of foam rolling. If you don't have a foam roller, definitely encourage you to invest in one. This is from Rad Mobility. This is a heavy-duty foam roller. Okay, if you don't have one, or if you don't go Rad, these are a little more on the pricier side, but this is going to be a forever foam roller. Okay, these are what I use on at the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Got a couple of these, and then this is a classic foam roller that you're going to get. It's dense enough. Okay, you don't want one that's too squishy, so this has some density to it. So, and you can also, I saw someone mention last week or on the last session, you can also like grab a wine bottle or something. It's going to be a little harder. Okay, it's not going to have much give at all, but if you need, you can always use that. So we're going to just sit on our glute here. So I'm on my right glute. I'm going to just roll back and forth just a few reps. If you feel any tender spot, any tension, okay, then you can kind of just sit into it, do a couple deep belly breaths. And then let's switch. And roll here. Oh, I'm moving. And just roll. If you want to get a little deeper, I'm on my left glute, so I bring my left heel up on my right knee, and that's open up my hip, and it's definitely making it for me able to get deeper in that glute there. Okay? And roll. All right. So, before we move on to the workout, I'm going to show you I've got these from Rad Mobility Products. I keep these on the road as well. Okay, this one here got shins. So I've been doing a lot of rucking. So it's urban hiking, walking with my back, disc golf bag on my back, and so just a lot of we got a lot of concrete around here too. So I've been doing a lot of rucking. So I roll up my shin muscle here. Okay, right here. Go there. Go there. You can also use like a rolling pin at home if you have a rolling pin at home. And then finally, here, this is another thing. This is cool. You can roll on it on your back, or you can put the Rad rod here, put it through. It's called the Helix, and you can roll. But then finally here, okay, this is just a Rad ball, but you can get a tennis ball, a lacrosse ball, and you can roll out like your feet. We do that after any of our, after the tournaments on tour. The athletes, when they come back to the Disc Golf Strong Athletic Performance Zone, we have a bunch of these, and people kick a shoe off and roll around your foot just like that, okay? We get a lot of tension in our feet, get some adhesions in our feet, we put a lot of stress into our feet, so rolling out your feet on both sides. So there's just a little things you can do. You can always use this for your upper back and other things, but I got other videos for that. Okay, so we're gonna get into the workout. Hope everyone's doing great. Thanks again for tuning in today, for taking time out of your Sunday. Okay, so we are gonna go start with Turkish get up. Last time we did Turkish get up level 1. Okay, phase 1. We're going to go through Turkish get up level 2 right now. If you followed along last time, then or if you've been doing Turkish get ups, follow me through to level 2. I'm going to show you level 1 first. You can stay there and do level 1. Okay, if you're ready to try level 2, try level 2. Okay, if you're wanting to get more into the Turkish get up, if you look on YouTube, we actually did a Turkish get up challenge recently, and all the videos are on YouTube breaking down all these over a 15-day period, 15 videos. So check out the Turkish get up challenge. Okay, so here I am lying. Get your feet and your hands together, spread them apart. Okay, it's like I'm a starfish here. Okay, I'm doing a snow angel, starting a snow angel. Left leg is up. Okay, my right leg is down. My right arm is down to my side. My left arm is up. So whatever leg is up, that arm is up. I'm gonna feel like I'm bracing for, like I'm grabbing onto an imaginary fence post, pushing down through this left heel. Come up to your elbow. Make sure that you're pushing your elbow into the ground so I'm not getting slumber party shoulder, okay? I don't want this or bro at the beach. I want engagement. I want push down. And then now I'm gonna come up to my hand. I'm gonna squish a bug under my hand. Again, not here. I'm pushing my hand into the ground. I'm pushing my torso away from my shoulder. That is phase 1. That's level 1. So if you want to stay there, okay? Do a couple reps. If you're ready to go to the phase 2, level 2, all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this leg that's straight. I'm going to lift it up and bring it underneath my body, my hip, and then come up. And then come around. Like I said, if this is the first time doing it, don't worry about it. Just so you can try it out. It's a pretty benign exercise right now where we're not using any weight, so it's easier to do. But definitely encourage you to go check out those videos later if you haven't done it before. Okay, coming down, sit through. My leg goes straight. Come down to the elbow, all the way down. Up, up. Up. You don't need to have your arm up right now. I just put it up because I use a kettlebell, so I always want to make sure I know how to keep my arm up. Back down. Back down just conditions me. Down. Down. Up. Stay at level 1 or go to level 2. Up. 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 And down. Let's go one more rep. Up. Through. So this routine today is part of our essential strength program in the Disc Golf Strong Inner Circle. Down, 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 down. Now I'm going to flip around so that I'm not facing away from you, but you don't have to flip around. We're going to go to the other side. My left leg is straight, left arm is straight. Grab onto that imaginary fence post. Okay, here. Through. Stop at phase 1, level 1 if you need to. Come back around. Down. Here. Here. And down. Let's go back up. 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 Good. Down. 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 Let's go one more. Up. Do what you can. Up. And around. Good. And then back down. 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 And down. Awesome. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of upper back mobility in between. We're going to do one more set of those. Upper back mobility in between. I want you to sit back in your hips like this. Okay, so I'm sitting back towards my toes. And I'm going to go hand behind my head, elbow to elbow, elbow to sky. Back down, up, back down, up. Use your eyes, look at the ceiling. And up. Let's go one more. We need that upper back mobility as disc golf athletes. Let's go to the other side. Sit back in those hips, elbow to elbow. Let's go one more. Big exhale. Good. Okay, one more set of 5 Turkish get-ups. Let's go. So I'm gonna go here. Right hand, right leg is straight. Up, up, through, here, down, down. Go at your own pace. Okay? Here, here, back down. Let's get one more rep in. Whether you're on level 1 or coming up here to level 2. And back down. Whichever one you're doing, just glad you're doing it. It's important to get that movement in. Okay, let's switch other side. I said, you don't need to turn around. Okay, up, through, here, and around, down. How are we looking, Tiffany? Any questions about the Turkish get-up?
Yeah, could you talk about what are the benefits?
Yeah, the benefits of Turkish get-up. There are so many. Let's get 2 more reps in here. There's so many benefits of Turkish get-up. To go all the way up, I'll show it to you real quick. And then I come around, and then I come to standing. So if you've never seen it before, here, okay? And then I can hold a weight overhead, balance a shoe, balance a disc, through. I say this often. It's not just me that says it. Let's go back into that upper back rotations, and I'll keep talking. Is that right hand behind your head, elbow to elbow, elbow to sky. I say this often, that if I could only do one, if I was only limited to one movement, the rest of my life I would do the Turkish get-up, because it requires balance. Let's get 2 more reps in. It requires stability. Switch sides. It requires mobility. It requires focus, mental focus. It requires body control. It requires, especially once you start adding weight, okay? Or you start balancing something. Let's go elbow to elbow, open. You can do it anywhere. You can do it body weight. You can do it with weight. Let's get 2 more reps in. I think this is 7. If I go to balance a disc, okay, I can't just rush through this. Here, okay? In order to stay nice and under control and balance it there, everything has to be working together. My core has to engage, especially here. I'm engaging my core as it goes from my right shoulder to my left hip, or my left shoulder to my right hip, okay? Our core cross patterns like this, okay? So when we throw a disc, I'm going from my left hip, I throw right-handed backhanded, throwing left hip to right shoulder. If I throw forehand, I'm going left hip forward, and then the right shoulder comes around, right? So I'm engaging that cross-body core. So that's what this is too, engaging that cross-body core. Okay, left hip, right shoulder. Then coming up here, my elbows don't straighten, so if you're wondering why my elbows are bent, I just physically cannot straighten either of them. So I would want you to use a straight arm. Down, down, and then focus and control. If you've ever tried to balance a disc or a shoe, you realize that doesn't come easy in the beginning, okay? Because the body's trying to figure out how to coordinate everything, how to piece everything together and move fluidly. We call the Turkish get-up kalostenos, which means beautiful strength. I need to have strength to do this, especially when I start using a kettlebell or any sort of weight. But the balance I need to have, I need to do it quick, under control. Okay, so we're gonna move to split squat. So the next exercise is a split squat. I'm here. That's what it looks like. I'm not gonna do this on here. Take this away. Okay, here, So I'm in a split stance position, okay? So imagine that if I was just standing nice and tall here, and then I just step straight back, okay? If you need more control, more balance, you can go out to the side here, okay? But I'm just gonna go straight back with that leg. And I'm thinking about keeping my shoulder over my hip, and I drop this back knee straight down. Looks like this. Down, up, okay? Down, up. What I'm not doing is this. Okay? See that a lot. People go forward with the front knee. It's down with the back knee. Down, up. Down, up. If you need to, I'm gonna show it to you right now. We're gonna get into the workout. But here, okay, if you need to, you can go and do squats. So if that hurts your knee, if you don't, it doesn't feel good to split squat, just pick a chair or something and just go squat down and back up. Okay, so let's get into the split squats. So here, and go down, up. We're gonna just do 6 right now. Down, up, down, up. I'm pushing mainly through this front heel to stand back up, just a little bit through that back heel. I think that's 5. One more. 6. Let's go the other side. Okay, so now my left leg, left knee is gonna go down, up. 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're gonna go on the ground, glute bridge. We're gonna go single leg glute bridge. Glutes are here, strongest muscles of the body. That's where you create your power from, okay? We're gonna go here. You can start with a double leg glute bridge, okay? Both legs on the ground. We're gonna go single leg glute bridge here. So my left knee is pulled up a little bit. My tailbone slightly off the ground. I'm gonna push through this right heel and then back down. Up, back down. So I'm pushing through that right heel and I'm squeezing that right glute. 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get one more rep in. 8. Okay, switching sides. Here, up. 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Last one. Okay, going into a side plank. So side plank, you're gonna do it either from your knees, okay, here, or from your feet, or I can go split stance. So my right leg and my top leg is up front. My bottom leg, okay, closest to the ground is behind me. So I'm gonna come here, where I push up and forward with my glutes, and I'm bracing my abs like I'm bracing for a punch, and I'm squeezing my glutes. Last thing here is I'm pushing that elbow and that forearm into the ground. Okay, so people will do planks like this. Okay, that's not good for the shoulder or the ear, the neck. So my ear goes away from my shoulder. Here, okay. Ears are shoulder poison. The closer your ear is to your shoulder and things like this, worse it is for your shoulder. I'm bracing those abs. Okay, hold, good. And then let's go down. Let's go to the other side. I'm gonna show this side with my feet, my legs straight. So I'm here, come up, and hold. Abs brace like you're bracing for a punch. Squeeze those glutes. Good, keep that shoulder away from that ear. Let's hold. So I say 20 seconds, I'm holding for approximately 20 seconds. And down. One more exercise, then we're gonna go back up to split squats. Okay, we're going shin box stretch. So this is great for mobility inside your hips, okay? We got a couple different variations of shin box we do at Disc Golf Strong. This is the shin box stretch. So just sit nice and tall. My feet are on the ground. My knees and feet are a little wide from each other, about shoulder width or a little wider. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my knees, to one side. I'm going to my left side first. And then I'm going to take my right hand, put it on my left knee, and I'm gonna rotate. Try to take my torso, look behind me. I feel a big stretch here in my left glute, my bottom glute. Hold that for about 3 seconds. Let's go the other side. Here, left hand on the right knee, front knee, rotate. Come back. Let's rotate. Come back. Rotate. Any questions I can answer?
Let's see. Earlier we had a question regarding techniques on how to keep your rib cage down.
Last one. Okay. Just how to keep your rib cage down. Good job. Okay, let's go back up to split squats.
What's a good exercise to help activate muscles that keep the rib cage down?
Yeah, so first I would say work on breathing. So breathing through here, not through here, because when we breathe through our chest, we're chest breathers, we're elevating our rib cage and kind of separating and pulling up like this, okay? We want to work on deep belly breathing first. Then I would say like dead bugs, things where you're lying on your back and you're keeping your rib cage down and you're moving your arms and your legs. Hollow hold, lying on your back, coming up there. Those exercises are in the Disc Golf Strong app, which you can download for free. But that's important. That's important. If my rib cage comes up, okay, we'll go into split squats here, but just I'll answer this real quick. If my rib cage is up, okay, I'm flaring up, I got barrel chest. Look at my rotation here in my arm. I talked about this on inside the Disc Golf Strong Fitness Community group on Facebook the other day. I showed this here. That's as much that I can bring my arm down. If I bring my ribs down, get my core braced a little bit, like I'm bracing for a little punch. Look at that difference, okay? If I go to throw forehand and my rib cage is up, that's gonna affect the mobility of what I can do in my shoulder blade, okay? My shoulder joint, excuse me, because my shoulder blade back here is moving on my rib cage, okay? So great question. Let's go into split squats again. So either do bodyweight squat, do a split squats. If you need to make it a little harder, you're gonna go down, up, so it looks like this. Down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up. So we're adding a little quarter movement in it, down. Or just stay with up and down, or down and up. Down, up, down, up. You can always add weight. Down, up, down, up. I'm gonna say that's 5, it might already been 6. We're gonna go to 6, down and up. Okay, switch sides. Great question though. Back knee straight down, down, up. Just go down and up if you want to just stay at that level 1. Down, up, 2. Down, up, down, 3, 4, 5. You can also add pauses. At each stage, make it a little harder. Okay, split squats, single leg glute bridge, or double leg. Find what you can do that. Okay? So here, 8, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's move to side plank. Here. And up. Squeeze those glutes. Brace those abs. Drive that elbow and that forearm hard into the ground. Here. Brace those abs like you're bracing for a punch. Keep holding. And let's switch sides. Ready? And up. I want you to just look down your body. See if you're in line. If I'm like this or I'm like this, okay, I know I'm not in line. I want to feel like I'm like a piece of wood here, okay? Three, 2, 1. Good job. Shin box stretch. Let's go. Here. Nice and tall. Drop your knees to the side. This knee is underneath this foot. Hand here, rotate. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Let's go to the other side. Rotate. 3, 2, 1. Rotate. 3, 2, 1. Rotate. Get that stretch in there. 3. Push in here. 1. One more time each side. Push that hand to that knee. 3, 2, 1. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right. So you can go back, do one more round. I'm just gonna show you real quick, and if you need to make those a little harder, how to do them. Yes.
Do you have any alternates or variation for people with knee issues? We're rotating.
For the rotation, yeah, for the shin box, yeah, great question. So I would say if you feel like if you got some stuff going on with your knee, start with where you can. Where I would say here, okay, go here, and just drop your hips side to side. It's just so the knee is just a torque converter for whatever's going on at the hip and the ankle. Okay, the knee just does this. It's just a hinge joint. Okay, we can rotate through here, but that's not actually the knee joint like we think of it. Okay, so the knee doesn't rotate very well. So if we got knee stuff going on, it's usually because there's restrictions, let's say at the hip. So in this exercise, we would say that most likely the restriction is coming in the hip joint of not having enough mobility inside the joint. So here, working on just what range of motion you can. Here, okay? Trying to drop my knees one way, trying to drop my knees the other way. Here, okay? And over time, you'll be able to get a little bit lower and a little bit lower, okay? And just work through that range of motion there. Just like that. Okay? And then eventually you'll get to where you're here. And then eventually you'll get to where you're here. I would say if you got knee stuff going on and in this exercise, work that mobility every day. Okay, if you're watching TV, if you just got out of bed, okay, get on the ground, do a couple reps of that right and left. Okay, like I said, if you're watching TV, hey, I'm going to sit down, I'm just going to do some of these for a little bit. Okay, fit it in, because mobility doesn't just return to us in like after one session of it, or after 5 sessions of it. It takes just consistent application of it, and one day you'll start noticing that you've got more hip mobility. Another thing I would say, and this is for everybody, is maybe you didn't, my rib cage we were talking about earlier, my ribs aren't flared up, okay? My core plays a big role in my hip mobility. If my core is not engaged and my torso is out of position, then it's going to affect my hips, okay? Nothing works really in isolation. If one thing is compensating, it's going to cause other things to compensate, okay? So my rib cage is up, my core is not engaged. Now those core muscles attach onto my pelvis. So now if those are lengthened, those aren't engaged, that's going to affect my hips. And my brain may go, hey, I don't know what's going on with my hips, so I'm going to limit you, okay? Because I don't feel stable here. I don't feel secure, so I'm going to limit your range of motion to keep you in a protective zone, okay? So that's just another reason why training, why stability, balance, mobility, strength, all that matters to us as disc golf athletes, really to us as humans, is that our bodies will compensate and they'll put us in a protective box if it doesn't feel like our bodies are able to withstand the stresses that would put on us by greater freedom of range of motion, by greater stability challenges, by greater strength challenges. So it stops us because our brain's number one responsibility is to keep us safe as far as our movement, and so it will lock us down. We've seen people, they have so much better mobility after they work on their breathing, and they go, man, my hips are so much more mobile and I worked on my breathing. or I did some planks. I did, some core work. Yeah, because the brain was shutting down your mobility because it goes, hey, if you move into that range of motion, I'm not sure you know how to get out of it, or you have the strength to get out of it, or you have the stability to get out of it, or to stay in it. Okay, real quick, just a random. I have people that they go to do a squat and they go to here and they go, I can't go any lower. I can't squat any lower because I don't have the mobility. My hips are not mobile. This is as deep as I can go. And then they hold on to something and they go down to here. Okay? Or they hold on a little weight and they drop lower. You go, did you all of a sudden just get way more mobility? Well, you did, but you got that mobility because the brain was stopping you at that depth and said, I'm not going to let you go any lower than that because I'm not confident that you have the strength to get out of that hole, or you have the stability in your hips, your core, whatever, or the weight shift, the proper weight balance, weight shifting to stay in that hole safely and to move around in that hole, that depth, okay? So I'm going to stop you there. Well, you hold on to something and your brain goes, oh, I'm stable now. Now I'll let you go there, right? Because I know you're not going to just fall over. So, it's a multivariate thing. There's so many things that go into it. So I would say start with that limited range of motion, work your way through it, but also breathing, breath work, core stability work, dead bugs, hollow holds, things like that. Great question. So you can go back and do another set of those later, or if you want to do it while you're watching me, which split squat, the glute bridge, the side plank, and the shin box stretch. Split squats, glute bridge, side plank, shin box stretch. Any other questions?
Nope, not this time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to keep this, I don't know what time it is.
9:15.
What's that?
9:15.
Okay.
5 minutes.
All right. So we've been a little bit over 30 minutes. I wanted to keep it around 30 minutes for you. So, so you can do 3 rounds. You can do 4 rounds. Okay. I wouldn't really necessarily go more than 4 rounds. You can add reps to the split squats. You can add reps to the glute bridges. You can add time to the side plank. So there's ways you can increase that challenge. But if you got any last minute, any questions, throw them in there, and I'll be happy to answer them for another couple minutes. But thank you again. Check out Disc Golf Strong. We have our Instagram, our Facebook pages. We have the Disc Golf Strong Fitness Community on Facebook. It's a free Facebook group. We got roughly 5,000 disc golfers in there, and I'm posting stuff in there. You can ask questions in there. We have the Disc Golf Strong app, which is a free download. It's a free app download. And there's some jumpstart programs in there, and there's a video library of over 400 video exercises, and it's a growing library inside the Disc Golf Strong app on your phone. If you want longer training programs, like done for you, like do this day, do this day, this many sets, this many reps, things like that, and you want a private community where you feedback, you can ask questions, you can interact with other disc golfers going through programs. We have the Disc Golf Strong Inner Circle. It's $1 for the first month, $10 a month, cancel anytime. And you can go to discgolfstrong.com/inner circle and check that out. It's $1 right now for the first 30 days. You can come in the Facebook group. We'd love to have you in there. And, yeah, so thanks again. Hit subscribe to this channel. Make sure you get notified. We do this again when we post new videos. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Well, thanks again for tuning in, whether you're watching us live or you're watching this on replay. I really, again, appreciate you being here during this crazy time. And, hopefully you can utilize these exercises and the exercises that I showed in the last session, which is also on YouTube, okay, to get your body moving and get your body active, okay? So have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And as always, train disc golf strong. We're going to turn this off here.